Warning, the following views that are expressed on the Dr. Quack House Calls that are expressed by the guests are not necessarily the views of this show. Strong language, partial nudity, violence may occur. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we've got our special Backlash preview. But don't let me be alone here, folks. I have actually one man that I am getting ready to bring on, the man, the myth, the legend himself, ladies and gentlemen. A-List ALVERSON.
Hey, Dr. Quack, always good to be in your company here. I noticed that you disclaimed the possibility of partial nudity and violence. I just want to say that on my end, for this broadcast, there are no concerns about that. But I can't speak for you, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Look, we had to do that disclaimer because God knows what happens on this show.
I know you get some weirdos up in here sometimes, don't you?
It's like Jerry Springer, you know, we just do the best we can.
What is on the docket today, Senor Quackaroo?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're getting ready to talk about Backlash, but before that, because I want to talk about WrestleMania 40, where you got to be there live.
I did.
About how that was.
I tell you, WrestleMania 40 was quite the experience. I had a wonderful time. So many people in one place. One of my favorite takeaways from the ordeal was when we went through the metal detector on the way into the building. They said, everybody, if you have a title belt, hold it up over your head. So, for all you drug addicts out there, if you want to sneak any contraband into WrestleMania or any other premium live event, put it in a pouch on the backside of your title belt. Hold it up over your head, and you are in the clear. I do not recommend that, but it will work.
Well, you've heard the great words here from A-List. He definitely knows. But yes, we're going into Backlash here over in France, which means
France, yes.
over June here.
Love it. I love it. It's. I like the European shows because we get them out of the way in the early afternoon. Not so much the Eastern or the West Australian show where I had to get a good night's sleep at 6 p.m. the night before, and that still didn't work. But a nice European show is good. It's an afternoon in Deer, and I love just going out after wrestling's over and enjoying the rest of my day.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. That means the show's about over by 5 or 6. Then you can relax the rest of the night, do what you want to do. Yeah, it's definitely great. But you ready to get into this?
I am ready to get into this, sir. Though we haven't gotten very far yet, but let's go.
Oh, yeah, big 5 matches on this card. That's how much they wanted to put here. We'll get into the first one here. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga.
Yes, yeah. Now, the Bloodline, of course, is going through a rebuilding process, and I think that there needs to be a lot of effort in strengthening that. So, for whatever means it takes, I see the Bloodline going over in this one. Perhaps we're going to get some kind of dissension between RKO and KO, and they'll get a program started and going into the summer months, because what's peculiar about this show is that we're very fresh off of WrestleMania. We're just going through the draft, which by all accounts has been very uneventful. And we are doing this as an international show, which is oftentimes more just a way to, here's WWE. So without the development of the years that we had going into WrestleMania, I think we're going to see a lot of things get kicked off this month versus blown off. And one of the things that needs to get kicked off is the Bloodline strengthening again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Solo Sikoa is 1 and I believe 43 or 44.
That's an enforcer.
Yeah, that's really shaky, and now he's leader of the Bloodline. I'm with you. I don't think they should continue that for a while. They're talking about Roman Reigns now possibly coming back as early as SummerSlam. I'm going even further. I think a Survivor Series. I see some other stuff going on, movies, maybe rehab, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens on this. I'm going to go against you because I actually think that they're going to continue this losing streak, and there's going to be some blame, and somebody's really going to get their head bashed in over the Bloodlines after Backlash. That's my thoughts.
All right, that's an interesting perspective, but it could just work.
You never know, man. I mean, God, the way they're booking today, I mean, anything can happen. They always say, "Oh, these shows are predictable." I don't know anymore, man.
Exactly. They'll screw it up just to let you know that they did.
Yes. See, man understands. Let's get to the next one here. This is for the WWE Women's Tag Teams titles. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane taking on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Now, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill is a very new tag team. Of course, Jade Cargill is very green on the roster. She only gets shown and paraded out like a pony, because they're not confident in the skills that she has with the experience that she does. But be that as it may, there hasn't been a whole lot going on with Bianca elsewise. So I think if there's one title that changes hands at this show, Bianca and Jade will be the ones that switch the belts and take possession of them.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like if you look up and down this card, there's going to be 1, maybe 2. That's going to be hard to really pull off here, and I think you're right on this. This is definitely the one because you got Bianca Belair, you got Jade Cargill out here. They've been bestest buddies. They were partners over here at WrestleMania 40, where Jade got to sit in the corner for 9/10 of the match. But, I think they want to build this up because, they want to have the Austin Shawn Michaels thing going, where you go, I'm the tag team champion and I'm all that and I'm better than you. And then that's when they lose the titles and get into the big squabble. Yeah, Kabuki
Listen. Yeah. I don't like you sleeping on Jade Cargill hanging out in the tag team match at WrestleMania, all right? She did what they paid her to do, and they got their money's worth.
Hey, she's happy with it. Look, she's like, I only wrestle when I have to. She was in that Mountain Dew commercial, loving it.
And you can't mess with money. And that girl, in the role that she is in, is money. Don't ruin a paycheck for everybody.
Yeah, I think she'll get better. I think she's, going through the Performance Center more and more. You could see it at the Rumble. You can see it here at Mania. I mean, yeah, she done a great job there on that point. She's going to get better. But, yeah, I'm with you. I think tag titles are going to change.
She might get better, but on the other hand, she doesn't need to. I mean, look, Bianca is the workhorse. She is established. She can do all the fancy moves, and she can read the psychology book and all that. You give Jade the hot tag, and you've got a winning team.
There you go. See, look, the man's already ready to book this stuff. I'm with him on this. We got one more match here we're going to go into real quick because we're going to talk about Bayley and Naomi and Tiffany Stratton, WWE Women's title. Is it Tiffy time?
This is just the kind of put the match on the show so we can say we did it matchup of the night. It's a triple threat with no real reason, balance, or concern. They just gave Bayley the belt. It's disrespectful to take a title belt off of somebody who just won it at WrestleMania as early as it is now. So I don't think there's
Drew McIntyre.
But that happened at the show. It's different. That was the plan going in, right? Now Drew McIntyre, he won the title because a couple of years ago, COVID screwed him out of his stadium pop. So they said, well, we can still give it to him and then go the direction that we want to go. And I think they did that absolutely beautifully. But with the situation like Bayley here, where she had to fight for her life to win the trust and support of the fans back, now they're going to go around and just give the title off to the blonde girl. No, I'm not down with that. Bayley retains tonight. On this night, I should say.
I'll ask this. Bayley retains, but who's taking the pinfall? Naomi or Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, I think Tiffy will get pinned because that will program her with Bayley long term. That's my answer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Bayley retains it. I don't think it's Tiffy time. I know all the young men out here are excited about this woman. They say she's a great worker and all this great stuff. But, yeah, I'm going to take Bayley. It's not nice to lose your title right after WrestleMania. I think Naomi ends up taking the fall here because that's the way they've been booking Tiffy over there. When she's been in multi-man matches, she hasn't been the one taking the fall for some reason.
Oh, okay. So you think that they want to put the match in there, but they want to protect the blonde girl, so they put Naomi in there. I got you. All right. Well,
I really do. I think she's the odd person out on this, and it's probably Bayley covering Naomi. And I think that's pretty bad because Tiffany Stratton to me is not that great. I'm sorry. I'll say it.
Well, the internet disagrees with you, Quack, as per usual.
All the time, but they do not like when I say that. I said it. But, yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Yep, you can check out all the Heart and Soul promotion shows now here on the Dr. Quack House Calls. Yes, StreamYard has said, screw you guys and your Facebook groups. You're not allowed to be using it there.
Oh, yes. No, that's not StreamYard. That is Facebook. StreamYard is the forbidden tool on the Meta platform now. And you and I just happen to be grandfathered in from the bylaws and technicalities of old. And I, for one, am very thankful for that, allowing us to be here in this environment, which is going to be increasingly rare as the weeks and months go on. But I'm definitely looking forward to Heart and Soul Promotions. I am still a primary contributor over in that group. As of record, I am still a tag team champion with the OG Bossellini. And hopefully at some point worthy competition will surface, because that has not happened for a number of months.
Yeah, I think things are going to change with that. Definitely. Make sure you check us out here over the next few months. You'll be seeing it right here on the House Calls. But yeah, we got 2 more matches. We've got Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight title against Jey Uso. Again, a guy who just won it at Mania.
That is true. That not only did Damian Priest just win the title at WrestleMania, but Jey Uso has been in this spot a number of times before. He had a couple of rounds with Roman. He is the guy, main event Jey Uso, the guy who can work with a top guy, give him a match that you want to see, and then you still believe in him after he doesn't win it. Now, having said that, they have done the old bait and switch, run around back and forth carry board with the Uso man and Judgment Day. You might recall when Cody and Jay won the tag team titles from Judgment Day and shortly gave them back as a goodwill gesture. So there might be some kind of nonsense like that happening. But at the end of the run, I think that Damian Priest will continue to be your World Heavyweight Champion.
You know how I said 1, possibly 2? This one makes me really think. You know, they screwed over McIntyre with the title. They gave it to Damian Priest. You know, he's now got a little bit of a run here. Jey Uso, they're dying, I think, to put this title on. I mean, I don't see it happening, but it's kind of like throwing up some red flags to me going, are they really going to do it? You know, like I think there's that chance, but not that high chance. I'm going to go with Damian Priest on this. I mean, Jey Uso, he did not have a great matchup at WrestleMania. That was just
that was the talk of the night. Is what? Wow, how disappointing was that Uso match? And you know what? I think the match was fine, but in the context of everybody's been talking about this for a year now, right? Since he and his brother lost the belts last year, it could not live up to the expectation that was being put forth on it, especially given the fact that it wasn't a main event encounter. So, I mean, let's be nice to Jay here. He can put out the show that you need to have. You just have to set your expectations reasonably.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be probably one of the matches of the night out here. I mean, out of the 5, I would say this one's going to be highly intriguing. But, yeah, I'm with you. I think Damian Priest is going to end up setting this up.
Good possibility. This is the match that's going to have the most run-ins in order to make the comeback make sense.
Man is on there, I'm telling you. Make sure you go check this guy out here if you're over here on the House Calls, A-List Alverson. You see I share his stuff most days. Yeah, definitely. Go to his
I'm always appreciative of your proliferation of A-List Alverson branded content, Dr. Quack. Thank you infinitely for that.
Hey, likewise, man, definitely. But now we got that main event. Oh, boy. We have Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, undisputed WWE title. No more Universal. It's undisputed.
It's the undisputed WWE Championship, which has been since redisputed with the World Heavyweight Championship because the championship wasn't going to be around long enough for people to enjoy it. I don't know how we got in this situation, but we're here, and this is where we're going to stay. Now, this matchup is one of those, not of a who is going to win, but I want to see what they do. AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes are 2 very high-profile athletes that have always been able to give the goods in the ring. This is the Workers Lovers Championship matchup. And while I have no thoughts at all that AJ Styles is going to win, I do want to sit down and watch these 2 have at it, because I know they are capable of taking you on one heckfire of a ride.
So you've got Cody retaining?
I've got Cody retaining because, again, same thing that we did with Bayley here, right? Cody been chasing this belt for 2 years now, finally gets it off the guy that had it for 3 years, and you want to take it off him in a month? Now, that, I mean, if anything got the internet talking, it would be doing that. But are we in a position where we gotta shake up the internet like that? I don't think so, right? This is a PLE from France, being basically a high-profile house show, premium live event, but that we present internationally for a great audience. So yeah, you got to go out there and give them what they paid for. But taking the belt off of Cody is not a good business move from anybody's perspective.
Yeah, look at that. See, look, Drew McIntyre, he re-signed.
That is true. Drew McIntyre did re-sign, and I've heard speculation that this was announced publicly because sales for Clash in the Castle have been soft. However, the other feedback I've heard about Clash in the Castle is that the price point for tickets is absolutely ridiculous. So you've got a conflict of priorities there. They want to fill the house, but the gate is higher than it can be reached.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big signing for them to get Drew back in there. Yeah, it's a major ordeal. And like you said, this is a PLE. I don't see Cody Rhodes dropping this title. I mean, after that botched Cody cutter that he had over there on SmackDown, that's been replayed everywhere. Oh my God. I feel bad for AJ. I know he's the veteran here and he's here to put him over. And I know the match is probably going to look good. But yeah, he's not going to win this match. He might get it by like count out or DQ or something. This sounds like a European thing they used to do back in the 80s.
That is possible if you get that return bout house show finish, because again, Backlash is really just WrestleMania bounce back, right? And after this, we're going to Saudi Arabia for King of the Ring, I think the deal is. And what have we got planned for the summer? We got to get that kickstarted. Are we going to have a Cody AJ program that carries us through the summer? If we're doing that, yes, AJ might get some kind of dirty victory here, but Cody is keeping that title.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much, he's walking out with it. So here, final question for you. Any special things, any bonus things you're going to see possibly in this show, do you think?
You know what? Bonus things in this show. I mean, France isn't a very established market as far as wrestling goes. So you're not going to have those run-ins that we had back in Puerto Rico last year. And I think that if anything happens, you're going to see some kind of foolishness with a high name like CM Punk. He and Drew might get something going on here around one of these matches and interject themselves into this program. What I think this show is a vehicle to actually move us forward into the next run of business. Because again, WrestleMania is the blow off, right? We just had the draft where nothing's changed for some reason, and we got to get the wheels moving in a direction. So this is the first step to doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can see possibly happening, but I'm doubting it now because R-Truth and Miz are on Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to defend those tag team titles. You might find a match get added here on SmackDown, but I'm doubting it. I really feel like you're saying, this is a house show basically for them. I mean, it's nice to see France finally get Taco Bell over there because they finally got that put over. Maybe that's going to help boost the economy here along with this show, hopefully. But yeah, I don't see anything extra with this.
It's a great. I think it's a great presentation. I think they've got a good little pack of matches here. They can light up some good stories, getting us into the summer. But right now, this is like one of my favorite Backlash main event matches. Right, was Randy Orton versus Edge in the greatest wrestling match ever. We're talking pandemic era wrestling. We're like, what can we put on screen that people will want to watch? All right, let's go with Randy and Edge for 40 minutes. So we've got that match. We've got Cody and AJ, where it doesn't really matter who wins because it's going to be Cody, but you want to see it anyway because they want you to sit down and watch the product. I'm here for the ride. I want to see it.
At least it's not WrestleMania Backlash. That's what we're happy on. I hate to say that.
They thought that they could milk WrestleMania for one more hashtag in a year, and they figured out that's not a good idea.
No, it was not. But, yep, there we go, folks. There is the end of our show. Thank you, A-List Alverson, for coming on here. This should be a good show.
Oh, this was a quick one tonight, wasn't it? I'm looking forward to a good show, and I hope to be in your presence at any point in the future where we can talk about this again. I always enjoy prognosticating about what those guys in Stanford are going to do with the millions of people that are the feelings of the millions of people that are watching, and it's always fun to just sit down, have a couple drinks, watch the big screen, stand up, scream and point, and have my wife go, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
God, I know that feeling. But there you go, folks. Thank you, A-List Alvers, for coming on. I'm Dr. Quack, and we'll see you next month here, I believe, for King of the Ring.